Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to do something a little bit different in reading, and I'm pretty excited. I hope you will enjoy it. I'm not going to read a new story yet today. You're going to get to click on a link and listen to a story that I've read previous last week, How Animal Babies Stay Safe, because we're going to use this book in what we're going to be talking about all week long. And we're going to have one new focus this week in reading, and we're going to be talking about main idea and details. I keep getting those all smushed together. Main idea of the text is what is the text about? And so we're going to be talking about that and how that we can figure that out. And then there are details in the text. They're kind of like the clues that help us figure out what the main idea is. And the details are the evidence that support the main idea. And so this is going to be our focus for this week. And today is, like I said, is going to be a reread if you need it. And then as the week goes on, there will be new books that I'll share. But our focus is going to be in each text, what is the main idea and what are the details that help us. We're going to get you thinking a different way about your stories this week. So, how do I find the main idea, Mrs. Boffman? What do I do as I start to read a book? And you know that I've talked about this a long time. There are some steps that you can use to help you find those. First thing is before you read. And you know, Mrs. Boffman is a big lover of a pre-read before you read. And I know that some of you don't always like to do it, especially my chapter book readers, but it's important. And it's even important in a chapter book to do a pre-read and take a look at the cover. You take a look at the back cover. There's a little reading here, and it says, a baby scorpion rides on its mother's back. A baby alligator hides in its mother's mouth. What about a baby leopard? A baby elephant? Read to find out how animal babies stay safe. That's a pretty big clue to me. I look at the cover and I see a mom and a baby, and I see some other cute little cubs over here. And then I look at the title, How Animal Babies Stay Safe. Some good clues. So I'm going to look at that. I'm going to check things out. It's very important. Then I am going to open up the book. I tell you to do this all the time too. Now I hope you understand why. I'm going to look at pictures. Pictures support text, and it's very important. I'm going to be looking like I see some, you know me and turtles. I like turtles a lot. I see some babies. I see the birds have built a nest. I see some baby bunnies. I see some nests in some different places for animals to be. I see the kangaroo has a little Joey in its pouch, and that's awful fun. And then this picture is kind of scary. Look at that alligator has the baby right inside its mouth. So what I'm doing, before I start reading, I'm going to flip through all these beautiful illustrations to gather clues, because those clues go inside your brain. And if you know that your purpose for reading is to find out what the main idea is, those clues are going to help you as you get through. You're also going to look through, if you can, quickly. This is easier in a read aloud, a storybook. It's easier to do this in this type of book than a chapter book, but you're going to look through the book, not read all the words necessarily. You're going to skim, and if you see any words that are repeated a lot. And one thing I've noticed in doing my pre-read or my looking through my book before I read it here is that I've noticed a lot of two words: protect, keep animals safe, babies, and I see adults or parents a lot. So all of those words I've seen repeated, and those give me some good clues for my brain too. Okay, so I've looked at the front, I've looked at the back, I've gone through the pages, and all of that is good at gathering information. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the book, but I'm going to keep in mind my purpose. My purpose is to find out what the main idea is. And it doesn't mean I don't want you to enjoy the book, but while you're thinking, or when you get to the end of the book, I want you to stop and ask your question. What was the main idea? What was the author? What are we trying to learn here? Okay? So, a couple of different things are going to happen here today. At this point, I am going to ask you if you need to re-listen to the story. I want you to go ahead. If you go back to the reading slide, which you're on right now, you're going to stop this video, and then you're going to click to the link, because I'm on here again, for How Animal Babies Stay Safe. You can listen to the story again, kind of like a reread. It's exactly what it is. When you're done with that, I want you to stop, click out of there, and then there's going to be a third link at the bottom of the slide, and that's where it's going to be your turn. And you're going to get to do some learning with me today. Are you ready? Okay. So go ahead, listen to the story if you need to, or click down to the next slide when you are finished. And I'll see you back here in a minute or two.